Welcome to Are We Like Christ 11? Buy the truth. Why do you spend your money for what is not bread and your wages on what does not satisfy? Isaiah 55:2. Good question. Let's just slow down for a minute and reflect upon this. Why are you investing in things that can neither sustain your spiritual life nor satisfy your heart? What are you exhausting yourself for in your endless pursuits? Is it worth it? Here's a solution that is. Proverbs 23:23. Buy the truth and do not sell it. Now that's simple. Expend what you have to acquire truth, what is actual, real, enduring, and eminently satisfying. Nothing else in the world surpasses this. And so the Lord directs in Proverbs 4:4-13, take hold of my words with all your heart. Get wisdom, acquire understanding. Do not forget the words of my mouth or turn away from them. Wisdom is the principal thing. Acquire wisdom, though it cost you all that you have. Get understanding. Take firm hold of instruction. Do not let go. Keep it, for it is your life. Did you hear that? Get, acquire, take hold, keep. Don't let go or turn away or forget. Truth is your life. Anything less is delusion and disappointing, descending to destruction and death. Best discover where this can be obtained, don't you think? So, where can I go to buy the truth? Well, you're not going to find it on a Google search or at the mall. You can't buy truth from psychology or sociology vendors or media marketers or ministers hawking their wares. They're seeking their own gain by proffering goods that are not truth. So what am I supposed to do then? Here's how this works. In every transaction, there is a seller, a commodity, and a buyer. Then there is an agreed upon price and an exchange of payment for goods. The seller must legitimately own what is his and be willing to sell. Then the object must have desirable value in the eye of the buyer. Finally, the purchaser must agree to part with what he holds to gain what he does not own, and the transaction is complete. Yet the question still stands from Isaiah 55:1. Why do you spend money for what is not bread and your wages on what does not satisfy? In the thousands of our life's exchanges, have we ever actually bought truth? Make no mistake, we're commanded by God to buy the truth and not sell it. It's not optional. This must be done, and here is where the tension lies. Hey, maybe I can buy some from these spiritual people I know. Let's check it out and see what they say. Okay. I happen to have their number. It's Matthew 25:8-9. The foolish said to the prudent, give us some of your oil. But they said, no, there will not be enough for us both. Go instead to the sellers and buy some for yourselves. Oh, yeah, of course. We're commanded to buy and they're commanded to sell, so where am I going to go? Looks like I might need to go straight to the source. What do you think? Good choice. Jesus said, I am the way and the truth and the life. John 14:6. Okay, I've definitely seen the source now, but how can he give me this truth? I mean, he is the truth. How can this happen? Jesus has an answer for that. Sanctify them, set them apart in the truth. Your word is truth. John 17:17. So you're saying I have to come to Jesus directly and he'll give me his word, which is the expression of himself as the truth, right? Yeah, you got it. So what's it going to cost me to buy the truth? That's also a good question, and one that has two complementary answers. Buying the truth is absolutely free, costing you nothing. Then it's absolutely free, costing you everything. I knew there had to be a catch. So how can it cost me nothing and cost me everything at the same time? Isaiah 55:1 answers the first part like this. Come, everyone who thirsts, come to the waters. And you who have no money, come, buy and eat. Come, buy without money and without cost. I like that part. So what's the catch? No catch. You simply bring what is not yours to gain what you don't have. Here's how Jesus put it. None of you can be my disciple who does not say farewell to all the resources from himself. Luke 14:33. Here's another way of saying that in Romans 12:1. Present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable, which is your reasonable, rational service. Let's just simplify the cost of buying truth. Proverbs 23:26 says, my son, give me your heart. That's a pretty steep price. I mean, giving up everything like my whole life, I don't know if I can do that. Well, what choice do you have? Listen to Jesus in Matthew 16:25. Whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. That's a pretty good deal, don't you think? Give up what you can't keep to gain what you can't lose. Surrender what is only on loan to you in order to receive that back as a permanent possession. The Lord asks you this in 1 Corinthians 4:7. What do you have that you did not receive? And if you did receive it, why do you boast as if you had not? God himself is the one who gives to all life and breath and all things. Acts 17:25. You don't keep yourself alive. Your life is a borrowed entrustment to be spent and invested for the Lord who provided it. And if he should gather to himself his spirit and his breath, all flesh would perish. Job 34:14 and 15. You are completely dependent upon the God who has loaned you life. You are God's by creation. You are his by purchase. You do not belong to yourself. You are not your own, for you have been bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body. 1 Corinthians 6:19 and 20. Christ's death to buy us makes our buying truth seem like a small matter. He gave himself to gain us. Can you not give yourself to gain truth? It's a small price for a great gain. But don't forget part 2. Do not sell it. Don't neglect it. Give it away or exchange it for anything else. Is there really anything more valuable and desirable than truth? Jesus asked us this in Matthew 16:26. What will it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what can anyone give in exchange for his soul? This is not drama. 2 Thessalonians 2:10 makes this plain. They perish because they did not receive. They refused the love of the truth so as to be saved. If you don't love truth, you will never buy it. And if you don't love truth, you will never be saved. Let me show you something. I bought an unused leather-bound Greek and English New Testament complete with manuscript sources and translators' notes at a thrift store in Phoenix, Arizona for $2. It was donated to the store because it was unwanted. To them, it was worth nothing, not even worth decorating their bookshelf. Then it was sold by the owners for a pittance because truth was merely a commodity to them. It's a true story, but it contains a parable. Beware of a hasty and superficial search for truth. It will yield you nothing. A sobering and pointed question is posed in Proverbs 17:16. Why is there a price in the hand of a fool to buy wisdom when he has no sense? A fool roams on endless quests, searching for wisdom from all the wrong sources, from philosophy, the internet, family, tradition, blogs, mystical encounters, reverends, drugs, professors, astrology, and 1,001 other slimy sources found in the dumpster of this world's wisdom. Truth will never be obtained there. This verse says that such a search is a senseless quest. Why? Because the source was never sought. That's dumb. Don't you think it's time to go directly to Christ and make your purchase? You will never find truth or become like Christ otherwise. Thanks for reflecting with me on the Word of God today. My name is Steve Phillips, and I'd love to continue our discussion together. Drop me a comment here or on my email shown. Equally important is for you to share this video with those you are concerned about. Please do that. It will contribute to your efforts of making disciples also. If you click follow on Are We Like Christ, I will give you written Bible resources for free. Just provide me with your email and I'll send those and a list of my free books. So, until next time, keep asking yourself this question: are we like Christ?